roar starts low and suddenly transforms into an unmistakable metallic thunder. That's the sound every enemy fears on the battlefield. It's the echo of the U-8A Avenger, a 30mm rotary cannon capable of firing nearly 4,000 rounds per minute. It's the heart and soul of the A-10 Thunderbolt II, the war machine designed to protect ground soldiers and survive a hellfire of bullets. And before we dive deeper into this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It's free, takes just a second, and really helps us keep bringing incredible military aviation stories. The A-10 wasn't born to be pretty, it was born to be lethal. Its design might look awkward at first glance, but every detail serves a purpose. The cockpit is wrapped in a titanium bathtub weighing over 1,100 pounds, capable of withstanding hits from anti-aircraft cannons up to 0.9 inches in caliber. The fuel tanks are protected by special foam that prevents explosions even if punctured. Control systems are redundant. If the hydraulic systems fail, the pilot can fly manually. And even with one engine destroyed or part of the airframe torn off, it can still make it home. Armed to the teeth, the A-10 carries AGM-65 Maverick missiles, rockets, laser-guided bombs, and fragmentation munitions, totaling more than 15,400 pounds of ordnance. But the star remains the GAU-8, a weapon so large it practically defines the size of the aircraft. In practice, the A-10 is a cannon with wings. Its strengths are clear: impressive durability, devastating firepower, the ability to fly slow and low, which allows it to identify and strike targets with precision, and the capability to operate from short, improvised runways near the front lines. But it also has weaknesses. It's slow, vulnerable to modern anti-air defenses, and the lack of its own radar limits its operations in high-threat environments. In modern wars against technologically advanced enemies, it would face survival challenges. The A-10 story begins at the height of the Cold War. In the 1960s, NATO feared a massive Soviet armored offensive in Europe. The U.S. needed an aircraft capable of destroying tanks on a large scale, flying low, slow, and packing concentrated firepower. The result was the AX program, which put companies in competition to create this close air support fighter. Fairchild Republic won, and in 1972, the first A-10 took flight. 5 years later, the aircraft was ready to face any armored threat on the battlefield. Its baptism by fire came in 1991 during the Gulf War. That's when the A-10 showed the world what it was capable of. In just 6 weeks, it flew over 8,000 sorties, destroying more than 900 tanks, 2,000 military vehicles, and 1,200 artillery pieces. Its survival rate was impressive. Only 4 units were lost, despite facing dangerous anti-air systems. Pilots told stories of returning to base with huge holes in their wings, missing parts of the tail, or flying with just one engine. Its success was such that the A-10 returned to action in the Balkans conflicts, Kosovo, and later in Afghanistan and Iraq. In these wars, the Warthog became synonymous with close air support for troops in combat. And it was in Iraq in 2003 that one of the most famous episodes in the A-10's history occurred. Then Captain Kim Campbell was on a mission over Baghdad when her aircraft was hit by heavy anti-aircraft fire. The impact destroyed part of the stabilizer, pierced the fuselage, and eliminated all hydraulic systems. Technically, the plane should have crashed, but Campbell engaged manual flight control mode, flying physically and directly, as if piloting a World War II aircraft. With over 300 holes in the structure, she managed to fly back and land safely. The scene seemed impossible, but only reinforced the reputation that the A-10 is practically indestructible. This was not an isolated case. Throughout its history, countless A-10s returned from missions completely damaged, often with parts of the wing torn off or the cockpit riddled with shrapnel, but always protecting the pilot's life. That's why, for ground troops, hearing the GAU-8 sound is almost like hearing a promise. Reinforcements have arrived and the enemy will retreat. The nickname Warthog didn't come by chance. Just like the animal, the A-10 isn't elegant but it's fierce, tough, and lethal when provoked. Its characteristic sound, the famous has become an icon of modern military aviation. Despite attempts to retire it and replace it with more modern fighters, the A-10 is still flying. Its relatively low operating cost and effectiveness in asymmetric conflicts ensure it still has a place in the American arsenal. However, its future is uncertain in a high-tech warfare scenario. Still, as long as there's a need for close air support, it's hard to imagine a replacement that inspires as much confidence among troops. The A-10 isn't just an aircraft, it's a living legend. And if you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. It's free, it helps the channel grow a lot, and guarantees you won't miss the next stories about machines that change the course of war. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.